Contenders Season 2. I am Where Angels Die, casting with my friend G3. We're here to say hi, G3. And today we're going to be watching Limerence ID0 face off against Super Spherical Cows. Difficult name for me to remember. I'm going to have to apologize if I mess it up in the future. But G3, this is going to be our first game of Console Contenders Season 2. Are you excited for what we're going to be seeing this season? Well, we're going to be getting... Yeah, well, we're going to be getting right into it. Right away, we see Term and his Q going in on the pharmacy on either side here. Nice spam coming in from both. Fair, as we see that they're going to do their best to make sure the enemy team doesn't have a great chance to set up, but the boop right away. Oh, almost gets the Sigma off the map on the side of Super Spherical Cows. Now we do see Limerence IDO taking this off angle into the corner. They're making sure that they're going to be fortified as best they can in this side of the map, and there's a lot of double shield coming out here right now. So many shields are difficult to burn through, but with the Fair, of course, you have a great opportunity to burn through them. And as first pick goes down, 2 kills for the Fair in the red as Limerence IDO push forward with their engagement. Immortality Field will go down soon, and a very fast amplification matrix coming out here from Helipto on the Baptiste. Nice late pull there onto Choyobin means that Dianazi will pick up an early kill for the next fight, and we see right away very strong push coming out from Limerence ID0, and Super Spherical Cows gonna have to do the best they can to come back. Although these 3 kills they've gotten so far, definitely great opportunities. They push forward on the point with no one to contest them so far. Now coming into this next fight, we're going to be seeing Dianazi going for the flanking Orisa play. I like this, pulling a lot of pressure here as Lord Mystic takes out the opposing Fair, and now goes to Baptiste. Resurrect does come out there from Stein's Hoover, but Lord Mystic, 3 kills in the fight. Can he make it 4? He pushes forward. This Ashe is such a strong hero in the meta right now, and he's really making great use of the hero. Choyobin yet again, environmental kill, falls off the map unfortunately for him. And G3, this has been a very action-packed series so far, and look how many ults are online. Well, getting into this next fight, we see plenty of ults for the side of SSC. They have both damage boosts available and a rocket barrage as well. It's gonna be very difficult here as DJ that we've caught out of position. Nice amp matrix means he will fall down to it, and Lord Mystic, of course, there with the follow up as well, making sure to put in double damage through the lamp, or through the window rather. As we see that Nino BOS has really been doing a great job on the Baptiste. Honestly, the Baptistes on either side, I think, have been doing a spectacular job keeping their team up, building up their matrices as quickly as possible, and of course, Immortality Field usage has been great. Now we are going to be seeing this next fight. We're going to have to come down to the barrages. I think we will see I Am Big Bot come up on the Gravitic Flux soon enough here. And with the double shield meta, people do play very close quarters, very close together. But to flank a barrage from Term, can he find anyone? Doesn't actually commit for the barrage. Smart decision there as McCree was in stun range. Oh no, the entire barrage goes into the kinetic grasses Dyslexia. Great shots to finish off Term. Now Deadeye is out to pull to make sure people have to stay into it, but unfortunately the Immortality Field is around the corner, so no one can finish him off. Gravitic Flux comes out, finds absolutely nothing great dodging there from the side of Limerence. And so many low health bars on the side of Limerence. They do pop their Mortality Field and AM Matrix, making sure they keep their team alive as much as possible. And SSC doing the best they can to burn through here, but 90% taking up here for Super Spherical Cows. It's not going to be an easy retake for the side of Limerence, as Cows are just doing such a great job of putting in so much pressure. Now the Gravitic Flux comes out yet again. One is caught in it. The Sigma falls to the ground, but Term wins the fair duel. The sky belongs to SSC, as does the ground, as 3 more people fall. Very quick kills coming out here from the side of Cows. And Matrix just does so much damage, and I'm a Big Bot doing a great job with the Sigma, pushing up and making sure that his team has every opportunity they need to take them out. Oh, well, we'll have to fix this soon enough. My stream is fine as for now, and I'll just really quickly mention this is Super Spherical Cows playing against Limerence ID0. Super Circle Cows is just hard to say, so I'm probably going to be sticking with SSC for the most part, or maybe Cows. But yeah, G3, definitely excited to see what's going to be happening on this map as we see very different compositions coming out. The Genji dive coming out from the side of SSC and the Fair Sombra dive on the other side coming out from Limerence ID0. Now, I do like this D.Va pick from either side here. D.Va is really in a decent spot right now. I think she's viable in very certain situations, and against this Wrecking Ball, she definitely puts up a big threat, considering she can completely matrix all of his damage if she's in the right place at the right time. And, well, speaking of the right place at the right time, Dyslexia taken down first off by I'm a Big Bot. There goes Choyobin as well. D-Mech, no chance here for the Baby D.Va, as the rest of the team decides to reset off the map. Limerence, very good call there. They knew the fight was over. They just want to leave so that they don't get they don't donate any ult charge. But of course, Dianazi with the great heads up play there does manage to get a jump off before they jump off the map, so he does get the ult charge. And speaking of ult charge, very big difference here between both these teams. You see the tank lines have a very big difference, about 20% of ult charge between both main tank and off tank on either side here. And what do you see? Oh, we're going for a pause. Do you want to go to game chat here, G3? We can fix it after. Alright, hello. Oh, we're not in group. Let me invite you to group momentarily. Sorry for the technical difficulties here, guys. But while we're co-caster, yeah, I'm casting with G3 today, Lucy. Now, while we are in the pause here, and I know he can't hear me just yet because he hasn't joined game chat, but while we are paused, I do want to talk quickly about what we're seeing on both sides here. Term doesn't really have a lot of ult charge to his blade just yet, so it's going to be a while before he gets value out of that. And here we are, G3. Hello. Well, we'll get right back into it, and right here we're gonna have to be looking to the ults from the side of Limerence, in my opinion. They are coming up on the minefield. They are coming up on the rocket barrage. We're gonna have to see if they can make any use out of these. Bubble down early for Dianazi. This is an opportunity for the barrage, and two people fall. Not even letting me finish my sentence. As Anis with the fair is just doing such a good job so far. Nice shots from this fair on point onto the Primaling Monkey, hitting almost everything. Whistler does get a kill on a DJ the Weeb. It's a lot of ult charge going over towards the Lucio in the blue, but Dyslexia on the Tracer is there to tear it up on the point. An absolute brawl. A mess of a fight here, really, on point. You don't really see this too much with dive. But eventually the point is going to be capped by Limerence ID0, and great stuff coming out here by the side in the red. Now, as I was saying, ult's not coming online just yet for this side of SSC. They do have a couple of them, but we're going to have to be looking for the Nano Blade. But Term, unfortunately, just not able to get any purchase on this Genji so far. Not a lot of ult charge gained for this player. But on the other hand, 5 ultimates online for the side of Limerence ID0. First kill goes down on a Dianazi. Great pulse on for Dyslexia there. Doing an awesome job making sure to put up so much pressure with this Tracer. Now there is a Symmetra. Oh my goodness, this sleep under the fair in the sky. But Nino, unfortunately, not going to be able to finish her off as she gets woken up. And Dyslexia, in the meantime, picking up a 2K in the back line. Doing such a good job on his Tracer. Being everywhere at once. Making sure that SSC never have an opportunity to get set up. And they won that entire fight off 1-0. In G3, they're already at another barrage.
Barrage ready. Hello.
Well, what do you want to ask me? Is it
no, I'm just pointing out they are at another barrage here, so definitely gonna be a big threat as the barrage goes in. 2 people down yet again. Immediately the blade completely nullified by the sound barrier as well. Took so long to build up to it, and great heads up play there from Halipto, making sure that his team won't die. And the Pharah is doing such a good job. You don't really see Pharah get this much value in a dive so often, but it seems like the side of SSC are really committed to playing this close quarters dive composition where they want to stay kind of grouped up. I don't really agree with it personally, as this Pharah is getting so much more value than you normally would see. But now we see the Tracer Sombra dive coming out from SSC, dive onto the high ground, trying to contest it. Unfortunately, not able to land a hack onto the wrecking ball there. Minefield does go out, but the sound barrier is there in contention. Whistler doing the best to keep his team up. Both Diva Bombs land near each other, but neither of them find anything. And right now, Stein Soup, nice resurrect on the point for Halipto. It's a lot more healing on the field for the side of Limerence ID0. And so many kills coming in for the red side. SSC gonna have to do what they can to survive here as Halipto falls yet again. Dianazi picking up a second. Both supports down for the side of SSC. This is a great stuff coming out here. The Pulse One gets eaten by this for Dyslexia. The Rocket Rush does find one. This is such a close fight, but Limerence ID0 seem to have the man advantage in the fight. SSC not able to find a grip so far, and 99% means they have to win this point right now, or else it'll be game over for this round. EMP comes out, but strangely enough, Lord Mystic actually the one to fall. Whistler so low in the corner, not able to get punished as he's doing a great job on Lucio. Picking up a second kill there in the fight. Whistler coming back with bloodthirsty support, making his name known in this series. So many kills are coming online, and somehow SSC brought this back. I'm so surprised that they managed to bring this fight back. It looked like it was absolutely game over, but Whistler, absolutely fantastic stall coming out here from the Lucio on the side of SSC. But they still have a long way to go before this series, or before this round will be taken, as only 60% so far taken for the side of SSC. Now we are going to be seeing plenty of ults coming online soon enough for either side here, and Halipto with the sound barrier. I'm really curious to see what he's going to use it for, as he doesn't have the threat of the EMP or the blade soon. Coalescence comes out early, trying to burn down DJ the Weeb on the wrecking ball. The Diva Bomb is there for the follow-up, and the sound barrier there doesn't really find that much purchase. Now on the point is Whistler trying to make sure he keeps his team alive. Great move on the side soup. Rocket Rush comes out. Sound barrier there for the side of Limerence in the red. Minefield as well in the point. It's looking real rough for the side of SSC, but we saw them come back from this before. I don't think we'll see it this time around though. And we're going into map 3 here for this first round of Control.
No.
Score 1-1.
Now G3, I think that was absolutely a completely different showing, and I gotta ask you, do you think it's just because they swapped up the team compositions altogether? Do you think maybe just Limerence is straight up better at the dive than SSC?
I think it might be that, which could have changed the entire. If they just played the entire same comp, both teams, I think SSC would have won that.
3,
So it was most likely the team comp.
round 3.
Well, coming into this next map, we see Dive come out yet again. Lord Mystic, though, on the Widowmaker. Definitely somebody to be reckoned with here. Looking for shots on the enemy pharmacy. He won't be able to find them just yet, but Dyslexia, of course, on a Widow of his own. Tagged up by Lord Mystic. Will be able to get healed up by the Mega Health Pack, though. And in the meantime, we see the Dive come out onto the front line. Both tanks trying to collide, figure out who can get the early pick. Is Anise on the Pharah yet again. Wins out this Pharah duel. Term did have the upper hand on the first map, it seemed, but so far, Anise doing a good job on this round as DJ the Weeb, of course, picks up a kill in Dyslexia, finds his opposing number in the Widowmaker. Lord Mystic does get res back up, but I don't think it'll be enough. Might even be a bit of a mistake there, resurrecting him. But no, Dyslexia finishes off Dianazi, and with that, we see Limerence pick up the first cap here. Now the Resurrect does come out into Anise, so unfortunately for Lord Mystic, that pick won't have the value it needed. Still looking for this Pharah, but very good positioning coming out from Anise on the Pharah, making sure that she stays alive, stays out of the Widowmaker's line of sight, and looking for the jump shot here. Oh, doesn't manage to find a Dyslexia. It does tag up Lord Mystic in the backline, and meanwhile the front's colliding yet again like two titans as DJ the Weeb finishes off Lord Mystic in the back. The Resurrect goes up immediately, but Dyslexia taking Term out of the sky with no Pharah. That's a lawless pressure on the side of Limerence ID0. Nice shots from Anise onto the enemy Widowmaker, and the barrage committed there just to finish off. Oh my god, make it 3! I thought that was just going to be for Whistler, but Anise manages to find a third person in Nino and Dianazi. Does poke out very high. Has to be careful for the sightlines coming out from Lord Mystic. And although Lord Mystic seems to have been losing this Widow duel so far, he is at higher ult charge than Dyslexia. He's been putting in more damage into the tank line. We're gonna have to see if he can make this Widowmaker work, though we really need some purchase here as DJ the Weave just constantly spawn camping Lord Mystic, making sure he's all over him, all up in his face, really. Dyslexia does get bursted down by Whistler, doing a great job wall riding, staying above his team to make sure he can heal them from a safe angle, but it doesn't seem like it's enough as a minefield from DJ the Weave comes out here. Now there goes the improviser coming out from the side of SSC. The Resurrect comes out into Dianazi. We're gonna have to see if DJ the Weave can finish off the enemy Widowmaker. In the meantime, though, his team is taking this fight on point. Term takes on Dyslexia. DJ the Weave unrelenting in his pursuit to take this Widowmaker down. As Term doing what he can to keep his team alive in this series. So far, though, no purchase on the fair. It gets taken out by his opposing number with 99 taking over. Limerence ID's here in a great spot right now as Choyobin doing what he can to make sure he keeps the enemy supports as far out of this fight as he can. There goes the second kill. Minefield onto the point, this time for the side of SSC, but it gets mostly cleared by DJ the Weave. Perfect timing there with the pile drive and making sure that the minefield doesn't stay up at all. And with the Dio Bomb coming up on the point, looking real rough for the side of SSC. As that will be first map being taken by Limerence ID 0.
Play of the game.
Well, G3, I don't know if we could have asked for a better map one there. That was extremely action-packed, and both sides definitely showing off what they can do on this map. Though unfortunately for SSC, Limerence IDO did seem to have the upper hand when it came to the dive compositions, and I'm excited to see what they're gonna do in response to it.
Yeah,
It's
that would
nice
be
to feel
really
appreciated.
interesting. Which will be the next winner who's coming up, which is Eichenwald.
Yeah, Eichenwald's gonna be our second map, and we're gonna take a 5-minute pause here for for the side of SSC, I believe.
We're also taking a pause for me because my sound isn't coming up apparently.
Oh, well, that's unfortunate.
So they just heard you the entire time. Audio. How is it? Where is it? Can't find it. I'm blind. No. Device. No, it's not devices. Sound and screen. Audio output. No.
Well, while we're in our pause here, I'm going to go ahead and talk a little bit about what we saw in that last series.
Settings.
Now, what we saw coming out from SSC was just very clean double shield play. They knew how to rotate their shields really effectively, their cooldowns, such as the Fortify and the Kinetic Grasp, to make sure that they could deny as much damage as possible.
People can hear me.
Oh. We're going to be bringing Jason in here, just so you know.
Look at me. Crap, I gotta do something real quick. I'll hurry up.
Well, as I was saying, though, we did see the double shield look absolutely clean from the side of SSC. They really made good use of their halts, their pharmacy, the Ash as well, just putting in so much damage. And it seems like whenever the side of SSC can play the slower composition that has an easier time setting up and making sure that they use all their cooldowns in unison, it seems like they really benefit from that. But once it came to the dive, where the dive is such it's a composition that's so messy at times. You have people diving in on the right side, you have somebody spawn camping the enemy, you have your healers just flying all over the place. It really becomes a lot more difficult if you are a more organized team. So that's where we saw Limerence really come into their own, where they could spread out and everyone basically does their own thing and then collapses whenever they see the perfect opportunity too.
Alright, who was it that I was gonna get in?
We're bringing Jason in, and MK Claw and Deadshot are both going to be spectating red for Limerence.
Okay. And Deadshot. Looks like SSC doesn't have a lot of players.
Well, I think Mystic said that they are going to have some subs joining in soon enough here. But yeah, I honestly, J3, I don't know about you, but I feel like the ult usage from both sides was pretty even for the most part. Really, both sides had consistently good ults in a lot of situations. I think it really just came down to the fact that Limerence seemed more confident on the dive composition, and of course, Ilios is more of a dive map than a double shield map, so they really got the better draw there when it came to map preference or first map.
Yeah, it doesn't look like SSC is confident on the dive compared to Limerence. SSC feels like more of a brawl type of team.
Absolutely. Alright, so the side of SSC is ready. Gonna be waiting on the side of Limerence to see whenever they're ready. And then we can get right into the next map, guys. Alright, both sides are ready, so G3, whenever you are, let's get right into it.
Just go check real quick so I have competitive rules. Yes, we do. And let's stop.
So, as we said,
Traveling to Eichenwald.
we're going to be going into Eichenwald here for map 2, and Eichenwald is a map where I think SSC definitely have a great chance here to take this map. Eichenwald's a map where you definitely can run the more standard double shield compositions, run the more static bunkery stuff that benefits a lot more from coordinated ability usage as opposed to coordinated synchronized movement. So I think SSC definitely in a good spot here. Don't have to. Their hopes definitely don't have to be dashed just yet. I'm gonna be loading up here. Of course, SSC will be on the defending side, and Limerence on the attacking side. Already we see Pharahs coming out of both sides, but we do see the same composition that SSC won on their first round of Ilios, so hopefully they can make good use out of this double shield pharmacy Ashe composition. So much potential damage between the Ashe and the Pharah. Ashe really is in probably the best spot she's ever been right now. Of course, she pairs very well with Orisa thanks to the Dynamite and the Halt. And Pharah is definitely a great follow-up for the Ashe, or not necessarily follow-up, but just initiator for the Ashe damage. She's going to get into big shots, and then the Ashe can look for the angles to find the follow-up onto those shots. Term, though, going to be going for a bit of spam here at the front door, and we see a Ryan composition coming out from the attacking side. I'm not sure I agree with this completely, especially without the Lucio. Oh my goodness, Whistler almost taken out of the sky immediately. Anise, amazing shots coming out from this Pharah so far. I'm surprised Term was winning so often on the first round of Ilios. He's been so great on this Pharah.
My ultimate is charging.
Now we do see Dyslexia is playing the Kree here. And I don't necessarily agree with the McCree either. I think Ashe is a stronger hero, but of course paired with the Reinhardt, Kree does have his place. Now we do see the flanking play coming out from this section, the flash fan into the back line. Nino, no chance there as he will get fanned into the Netherrealm. Nice shots coming out here from the side of Limerence as they pick up 3 more kills, make that 4 as Nino taken down yet again after getting resurrected. And Anise, man, just an absolute monster on this Pharah so far. EU is well known for their Pharah players, and they're showing exactly why right here in this series. Now we are going to be seeing Limerence coming up on a bunch of ultimates here. The Nano Barrage probably going to be something I'm looking out for. And they're making this Ryan composition work. It's definitely a strange one in my opinion. Ryan doesn't really benefit too much from playing with the Pharah. And oh my goodness, great Matrix there from Choyobin to make sure that his Mercy doesn't get killed with the Halt. Dyslexia has made a swap over onto the Widowmaker off of the McCree. Nanobeast comes down to the Reinhardt, but you have to be careful. Even though you're nanoed, you take so much damage through the window. And Matrix is such a strong ultimate if you don't contest it well enough. Anise, though, on the flank, of course, with the Pharah, taking up Lord Mystic. Term looking for the duel here, does land 2 shots, but unfortunately not quickly enough as the supercharger comes out from the defending side. So much damage being poured in here from the side of SSC. They have to do what they can to try and stay alive in this fight, because if they lose, this is going to be a lot of space taken. And of course, losing this Lexia earlier is not a great thing, but nice shot from Lord Mystic will even it up. Bob comes out. Lord Mystic picks up a second one as Bob gets slept on the point. Unfortunately for him, I'm a big boss. He's been doing such a great job on this Sigma so far, but unfortunately for him, can't help his fare too much from the ground as Anise taking out Term yet again. Immortality out early here for the side of SSC, and immediately we see Limerence IDO pushing forward. They know it's down. DJ the Weeb, nice kill on a Dianazi with the charge, and right away Anise pushes forward. He knew the Sigma shield was down, and he took up a 3K. Term picks up 2 with his own barrage, but unfortunately not enough as Shoyobin there in his face to make sure that he won't stay up for too much longer. And I'm definitely excited to see what Limerence are going to do here to try and take this point. Only one person to contest so far. Dianazi doing what he can. Nice immortality field thrown over the wall. And Dianazi actually manages to take down DJ the Weeb. A little bit too aggressive there as Term picks up a second, picks up a third with the help of Nito. And a great angle coming out here from Dyslexia. Not enough as the side of SSC are going to hold on. Now we are going to be coming into this next fight. Dianazi coming up on the bongo, Nino on the amplification matrix. We've seen how much damage the matrix does, and Term actually coming out on the hero. He's very comfortable on the Mei coming out here for this player. Wall comes out, not the best wall in the world, but he didn't really have the best angle as Anise punished on the Genji. Immortality field taken out by the Diva Bomb, and oh my goodness, the dive into the backline. Dyslexia picks up 3 in the fight as Anise there to follow up on his damage with the Genji, and I really like the swap here into the Genji as it provides so much more damage on the ground floor. And of course, coming into third point, you don't really have the tallest angles to fly with the Pharah. You don't have too much room to maneuver with either, so definitely a very good pick in my opinion. Now we do see the immortality or the supercharger come out here. DJ the Weeb has to be very careful. He got punished by one of these before him, but Dyslexia, man, just picking him kill after kill in the backline. He's been so good on the Widowmaker. Now to boost onto the Reinhardt of DJ the Weeb. It is traded back for as Term gets a kill into Anise, but of course, Dyslexia, the range advantage there on the Lord Mystic, and the Resurrect, gets cancelled. Nice stuff coming out here from I Am a Big Bot with the Sigma, making sure to pressure the enemy Mercy as much as possible. Dyslexia looking for the angles, not able to find anything just yet, too many shields in the way, and this is exactly where the side of SSC want to be playing from is Term. Nice long range icicle on a Dyslexia, making sure that he's not going to be able to get any more picks on his team. The Halt comes out there, Halt Rock of course, great combos coming out here from the defensive side, and this is exactly where SSC want to be playing, this close quarters room where they can really make use of their shields. They know that there's not going to be too many angles to poke in from for the Widowmaker, and they can just use one shield really to completely cut off her entire sideline, and that's why Dyslexia is going over to the McCree now. He wants to play the more mobile hero who can take the more aggressive off angles while being safe, of course. Now we do see DJ the Weeb is up with the Earth Shatter soon. It's going to be hard landing an Earth Shatter here. He has 3 different things to worry about, of course. The wall and both shields coming out here. Hall Rock comes out, no purchase there. The Earth Shatter goes out and finds absolutely nothing. Great shield from I'm a Big Bot. And with the amplification matrix coming out from the defensive side, it's not going to be easy to punish this defensive team as they're putting in so much damage. There goes a supercharger. They're doing such a good job of overlapping these ultimates. Right as one falls, the next one comes along, and right when Limerence think they have the opportunity to push in, the supercharger makes it so they get absolutely murdered, slaughtered in the halls of the Eichenwald Castle. Great stagger coming out here on the Choyob, and he does get back in mech. If they let him out there, he'd be devastated, but no. He does get back into mech and immediately burnt out. That's 600 extra health given over as ult charge to this side of SSC. And the Halt as well off the map. Such a late stagger. That's about 30 seconds after the fight was already lost for the side of Limerence. And what seemed like a massive time bank, taken down to 1 minute 20 seconds here for the side of Limerence. They do swap Dyslexia over to the Mei for their own frosty battles here. Grab Flux comes out very early into the Blizzard. What a potent combo! They all fall at half health into the Blizzard. No way of getting out. And man, this is just such good showing so far coming out here from the side of SSC. But of course, on third point, this is exactly where their comp shines. And I still don't agree with this Ryan Diva coming out from the attacking side. Ryan Diva struggles so much in these long lanes and in the compositions. Window does come out here to punish the wall being up too early. Oh my goodness, so much damage being put into DJ Weeb. No opportunity for him to get into this fight, and this is exactly why the double shield is so much better than the Ryan Zarya composition here. On this point, they have the long sight lines on the side of SSC to put in so much poke damage, spam damage into the Reinhardt. So now, one fight left. Supercharger is up. Bob is available as well. Into the backline he goes. And oh my goodness, 3 people down. Nino doesn't have the immortality field available underneath. Picking up a kill on the Dianazi. Oh my goodness. SSC, a prime opportunity to hold them there. And it slips through their hands. Such a rough position to be in as that immortality, as the Diva Bomb comes in so early. Soundbarrier there to contest the enemy Nano Blade. Earth Shadow goes out on the Dianazi as well, not able to land the counter pin as Dyslexia picking up a one-shot onto Lord of Mystic. May, of course, able to do so much damage into the Tracer. And Whistler doing what he can to stay alive here on the point, but it's not looking good as Hillicto picks up a kill on the Dianazi. A pin kill on the Whistler, and oh my goodness, Limerence! How do they take that back? That is absolutely insane. There is no world in which SSC should have lost that, but they get caught out with our immortality field. And great heads up play there coming out from Choyobin on the Diva, really living up to his namesake, as he just absolutely abuses the fact that they had no immortality field on the defensive side. Great play coming out here from the tank in the red. And we see that even though Limerence had a really difficult time, their individual players have the mechanics, they have the skills they need to try and clean up these kills, even if they're at the on the back foot. I'm really curious to see what they're going to be running here on the defensive side, and the Ryan Zarya comp on the attacking side with Term playing the Hanzo. I like this. They have the opportunity, or they have plenty of combos here for their Zarya. They can try and just Nano Ryan into it. They can throw a Dynamite into it. They can throw a Dragon Strike into it, whatever it may be. But anyways, on the defensive side of Limerence, we see yet again the Ryan coming out here. They do have a Sigma with it this time around, and I think I like the Sigma a lot more, and we are going to pause momentarily.
Pause was requested by SSC.
Yep. Now, G3, man, I was so surprised by that last fight. That was absolutely crazy. Not only did they set in the Diva Bomb, they set in the Genji as well to follow up on the damage that the Diva Bomb was going to deal. He made sure to put as much pressure as he could on the Dianazi with on the Orisa, and it made it so the Dianazi had no opportunity to back up and stabilize. Ended up having to swap off the Orisa as well into the Reinhardt, and it really ended up hurting them in the long run, as the side of Limerence just stacked up ults in that last fight and put in so much damage. Now,
yeah, I think Limerence overwhelmed SSC a little bit too much there for that fight. They were not ready for it.
And I really think we can chalk up that difficult time Limerence had to running the Reinhardt, especially without a second shield on the third point there. I think the Reinhardt is viable if you come out of spawn out the right side and take cover through the castle to approach the front doors. But we saw time and time again, SSC did a great job of spamming in while they were walking over the bridge on the side of Limerence. And while the bridge is definitely the riskiest position to play in because you can take so much poke damage, there's literally zero cover aside from any tanks you have. And unfortunately for the side of Limerence, they just never took cover by going through the castle into the third point. They just insisted on rushing up main, and it really ended up hurting them in the long run. They could have had a massive time bank if they played it a little better, in my opinion. Now, on the side of Limerence this time around. We see the defensive far in the Ashe, as we pointed out before. And yet again, this Rein without the Lucio is a questionable one in my opinion. I think Rein really needs Lucio to shine. He is viable without the Lucio in certain situations, but it's so difficult to maneuver the Reinhardt around the map if he doesn't have speed boost with him. Now they do of course have the Ana to help pocket both the tanks up front, but really once the shields go down for the side of Limerence, they're gonna have a really difficult time sustaining, considering they only have one ability that'll help them hold on for a little bit longer, of course, being the kinetic grasp. Alright, it seems like Term is back. Now we just wait for the go-ahead coming in from his captain, and then we can get right back into the series here.
And there's the checkmark from them.
Alright, and here we go. 14 seconds till the doors open. Limerence in a good spot here to try and hold on. All they gotta do is make sure that the enemy team doesn't finish with over a minute left, and they'll have an opportunity to try again on their attack. Now Anise, as before, poking in, just as we saw Term do, putting in a lot of damage into the front door. He does almost get picked off by Lord Mystic, who really has been a monster in this Ashe so far. I've been really happy to see what he can do, because he's just absolutely tearing it up. Nice dynamite there on both tanks for the defensive side, and so much pressure being put into him. Lord Mystic, no opportunity. Nice long shot, or long range headshot from Term, but Anise picking up 3 kills in this fight on their own, of course, with the Mercy pocket. But Dianazi on the ground, he's not ready to give this up just yet, as Limerence, in what looked like it could have been a one fight, falling apart right here. This is why you don't run the Reinhardt without the Lucio, in my opinion, because it means that the enemy tanks just engage onto you so easily. Now Dyslexia does get picked up by Whistler, not able to break line of sight with the Ashe soon enough, and first cap going over pretty quickly here as well to the side of SSC. 5.5 minute time bank, definitely something to be very happy with if you're on the side of Super Spherical Cows. Now coming into this next fight, we're going to be seeing ults for the tanks on either side, and Anise, of course, having the rocket barrage available soon enough here. He's picked up so many big barrages in the past. Does get spotted out by Lord Mystic early on. Has to be careful, but no, it doesn't matter. He doesn't care. He just gets into the enemy Ashe's face. Rocket barrage comes out, picks up 1, but not enough as Dianazi picking up kills for his team. Term, of course, with the headshot there will help Whistler finish off Helipto. And Term, oh my goodness, what a long-range headshot coming in from the Hanzo. Now we are going to be seeing a lot of ground taken here for the side of Super Spherical Cows. And as I said before, I think this really comes down to one team has a Lucio for the Reinhardt and the other doesn't. Term, nice kill onto Helipto early on. Earthshadow completely blocked. Nice shielding coming out from Dianazi, and the Dragon Strike there for the follow-up. I don't think they know that somebody's flanking through the castle just yet. But Dyslexia, an opportunity here for an early pick. Does hook out really early though. Term very low, but no! Oh my goodness, he answers back with a fantastic headshot. He's doing such a good job on this Hanzo so far. Now every ult imaginable coming out in this fight, and Choyobin Gravitic Flux is out. He has to be careful and not able to eat the grab just yet, and the Nano Boost on the defensive Reinhardt here. Bob comes out as well. Dyslexia picks up a kill onto Lord Mystic. Gonna have to see if the Shatter will do anything. Unfortunately, no, as Dyslexia picks up 3, but never mind. 2 kills straight over for SSC. This fight is not over as Whistler picks up a second, but no. We'll have to back out. A lone Lucio cannot solo defend into 3 people. Did almost get a kill in the Dyslexia at the end there, though. Great kill. Or great damage, rather. Now, on this next fight, gonna be looking to Lord Mystic here. Can he land the shots his team needs him to? He has the Bob available as well, but his is the only ultimate coming online. Oh, actually, we do see Nino with the Nano Boost available. Well, Nino can't Nano Boost if he's dead, and Dyslexia making sure that he's not gonna have an opportunity for at least another 10 seconds to Nano Boost. And Limerence played with such confidence in this series so far. Even when they've been on the back foot, they consistently play with confidence, and it's something that I think where a lot of teams really need to take, really need to learn from. They know that they can make the plays that they need to win these fights, and it really puts in a lot of work when it comes to the mental game. Now, since they did get the pick under Nino, a lot of ult charge is going to be gained here for the side of Limerence. They got a lot of damage in. Nano Boost comes out onto the Monkey. Dianazi diving deeper, very close to the primal range. Soon enough here, the Bob on the flank as well. Dianazi even body blocked for the Bob, it seems, as 3 kills fall right away for the side of SSC rather, and DJ the Weave, despite getting 2 kills, despite getting the Earth Shatter, not going to be enough. A bit of a wasted shatter there, if you ask me, in term. Cleaning up here, the Genji duel, not really a duel whenever there's 3 other people on the point, but Term does come out on top. Now, in this next fight, gonna be seeing what ultimates are gonna come online. Probably the Blade coming out from Anise with the Gridic Flux available. We've seen that combo be used in the Overwatch League plenty. Hopefully we're gonna get to see it here, as it is definitely a very potent combo. Nino making a swap over to the Baptiste. I like the swap. He's been excellent on the Baptiste so far. Dyslexia is taking a very long angle, and this is definitely a great opportunity to be in as Ash, as Lord Mystic takes down Anise. Verdict Flux baits out the sound barrier. Coalescence is there in return, and Bob available as well. There he goes. Nino picks up a kill on the DJ the Weave. No Reinhardt on the defensive side. Not looking good so far for this team as Lord Mystic finds the kill in his opposing Ash. A lot of damage being poured in here from the attacking side, and despite looking like SSC we're gonna have to hold on for a little bit before taking this fight, they take this corner right away, and Whistler doing a great job on this Lucio, making sure his tanks are wherever they need to be at all times, putting in a lot of heals as well. Dragon Blade goes out in the back line, takes Lord Mystic out immediately. Can he find anything else? No. Immortality Field is down. It gets a little over aggressive. Dianazi picks him off. Sound barrier Diva Bomb comes out there. No purchase just yet, but Choyobin split off by Dianazi. It does manage to get the kill on the Whistler. Turn 1 with the Blade, looking for a second. He can't make it 2, but I'm a big bot there with the follow-up. Getting a second kill. Is this winnable for the side of SSC? I'm a big bot, picks up 3. This Diva is unrelentless so far in this fight as he puts in so much damage. Lord Mystic, beautiful headshot on a Dyslexia as well. Follow-up on a DJ the Weave. And Lord Mystic, despite just using his Bob, has it yet again. Now Animatrix comes out from the side of Limerence, but not enough this time around, and they're just trying to stall out for time here on the side of Limerence, because if they can get it under a minute, they're in a good spot. If not, however, SSC gonna have a great opportunity to take this map. Grudic Flux comes out, will get punished, doesn't even manage to get the people to the land, as Lord Mystic takes him out in the air. Anise consistently coming out on this Doomfist is stalling out a little bit, but the Coalescence not enough to keep him up, as Dianazi on the point has been putting in so much work with this Winston. Trying to finish off DJ the Weave. My apologies there. Had to take a deep breath at some point, right? And the Blade comes out from Term, looking for 1. Can he find a second? No. Lord Mystic says, my kill here, as he picks up a 3rd on a Dyslexia and Anise. And crucially, 4 seconds over a minute here for SSC. This means that the side of Super Spherical Cows will get their attack, but the side of Limerence will not get another chance to attack. This is overtime rounds now, boys and girls, and the moment that they cap 1 tick on the attacking side here, SSC will take the map. They will have 1 minute, of course, to achieve this goal, and we're going to have to see if they can pull it off. All it really takes is 1 ult wipe in a lot of situations, and a lot of teams do tend to play around it. They'll start picking stuff like Sombra, like Genji, like Ana, because they just want to go for 1 big ult wipe at the end of, or to take that single tick.
Ready for battle.
Alright, so on the defensive side, we see Double Shield coming out here, and I think, honestly, if Limerence had been running Double Shield the entire time, I think they would have been able to hold on until under a minute here for the side of Super Spherical Cows. Now we were talking about ult combos, and well, what better ult combo than a grab dragon strike? Such a classic combo in the lifespan of Overwatch, and of course they have the nano boost available as well well, as long as Nina built it up, of course, to put into the Reinhardt.
Attackers incoming. Defend objective A. You're covered.
Now, a lot of Pharah spam coming out here from Anise. He's been fantastic on this Pharah so far, and only an Ashe on the attacking side to defend him, or to contest him, rather. Wall comes out here, does force the Anazi's shield to break, thanks to slitting the enemy team off. And Limerent's gonna have to do what they can to hold on here. Term almost one shot, almost caught out of position there by Anise on the Pharah. Have to see what he can do though, as plenty of damage being put in here by Lord Mystic so far on the Ashe. They're looking for an off angle here, and Whistler takes out the Immortality Field early on. Trade there for both DPS. Limerent's gonna have to hold on. They need more than this one kill, as Turn picks up a second. Spawner advantage here for the attacking side. Whistler picks up a third. Did not make it 4, as the Resurrect did come out in the Choi Open, but I'm not sure if it's enough, because Term cleans up a Nice without the Pharah, or without the Mercy. Pharah is such a dead weight in this situation, as Whistler picks up a second in the fight, and the Earth Shatter there just to clean it up, as SSC will tie up the series, making it 1-1 so far. Now I do want to take a quick pause, because as much as I hate to say it, I forgot to bring my water, so I need to go get some water, and I will be back in a couple minutes.
Triple. Quadruple kill. Epic.
It seems we have a consensus.
Alright, I am back. Hello, hello. Alright, just waiting on the ready up for the captain on the side of Limerence, and then we can get right into the next map here. And I just want to preemptively apologize if you can hear me drinking water. I've been told that I drink stuff very loudly, and I'm very sorry about that. Alright, well, while we're waiting on the ready up here from Limerence' team, let's quickly talk about what we saw in the last map. Oh, wait, never mind, we're both ready. Both teams are ready, let's get right into it. Now, on this next map, I'm really hoping that the side of Limerence don't try running the Reinhardt without a Lucio again. I personally think it's not the best play in the world. Reinhardt really struggles since he doesn't really have any mobility that he can, safely use except his pin, which is obviously a very risky mobility to try and use. He really struggles a lot when it comes to positioning on the map, which is why you generally see Reinhardt's paired with Lucio's. It just allows him to be wherever he needs to be on the map at all times. Whereas running him out to Lucio really makes him more of a sitting duck than anything else. He doesn't really have the mobility to try and shield for his team. He doesn't have the opportunities to try and go for some swings onto the backline at all if he's playing without it. So I'm definitely curious to see what they'll run here. And oh man, is this a Symmetra strat coming out here from the side of Limerence ID0, sorry?
Keep the skies clear for me.
Now, we do have the opportunity here for a Symmetra on the attacking side of Volskai. Of course, you can teleport across the left side over the gap to make sure that your team goes in from an off angle. Gonna have to look to see on the side of SSC if they can scout it early on. And if they can scout it, then this could potentially be a devastation waiting to happen here from the side of Limerence.
Attackers incoming.
Well, Term does get a glance at the Orisa, but oh, they do see the Symmetra going over to the right side. They know that they're going to be going for the teleporting strat, and they might not send their entire team over. They might just send some of them back over to the other side. And we see right away Anise goes back towards spawn, maybe swapping to the Pharah here on the attacking side. No, over to the Genji. This is definitely an interesting one. Well, right away, SSC gonna have to contest with the enemy team on a very good high ground to be on. This is a great this strat with Symmetra is great because it can set you up for some fantastic high ground angles to have here. As Limerence pushing out here, they want to find the opportunities to try and finish off these kills if they can. But really, right now, it comes more down to poke wars more than anything else. Can they find the follow-up damage? Oh, Term caught out of position. Dyslexia, great kill there by the Ashe and the red of the Hall. Almost takes him off the map as Dianazi finishes off Filipto. Nice shots from the Orisa there. And they managed to get on the point right before take is given up as well. This is great play coming out from SFC so far. They knew how to respond to this composition. They knew how to respond to this strategy. And they do a perfect job of it so far. Despite losing Term early on, they do a great job of sustaining. Now we will see in this next fight. Ooh man, Choyobin taken out late as well. It's fantastic for the side of SSC. Now we're gonna have to see what they can make use of with these ults in the next fight. Both teams have the Ant Matrixes available. Ant Matrix is of course one of the fastest charging ultimates in the game. You just heal so much with Baptiste. It gives you the ult charge so quickly, and it's such a strong ultimate. It's difficult to contend with. And that seems like Limerence just want to walk up main. I agree with this. They don't want to swap to the Symmetra again because they end up losing a lot of ult charge if they do. And oh my goodness, DJ Weeb caught out of position. Very quick kill coming in from I'm a Big Bot. And as I've been saying this entire time, I think Big Bot really has looked like a fantastic Sigma player. It seems like once again they put him on a Sigma, they really tend to shine on the side of SSC. Of course, we did see last map he played very well in a D.Va as well, so absolutely not a one-trick pony. But you're gonna have to see what they're gonna be doing here for this next defensive side, as they have plenty of ults coming online yet again. And I'm a Big Bot. We've been typing up his Sigma this whole time, and well, he has the Gravitic Flux available. Gonna have to see what he can make use of with this one. Choyobin though, not far behind for his own Gravitic Flux. Definitely a very strong ultimate you have to be careful for. This actually has swapped over to the McCree now. Now I love the halt into the Ant Matrix. So much damage going to be poured in through that halt, and Bob actually positioned very intelligently right in front of the enemy team's Ant Matrix, making sure they can't take advantage of it. Gravitic Flux comes out, so does Supercharger and the Dragon Blade. I'm a Big Bot taken out early on. A devastating loss here for the side of SSC, as they do such a good job. And Nina Boss takes out Anise in the Dragon Blade. And man, 3 kills pile in here for the side of SSC. Limerence IDO, no chance to hold on here. And it seems like what we were saying before is true to G3. Once we see both these teams face off in a double shield mirror matchup, and they don't really seem to be on the same page. It seems like Limerence really tends to struggle when they have to run these more stable compositions that are going to be a bit slower, a bit more reliant on setting up. Now Anis has swapped over to the Pharah. We've seen him do excellent on the Pharah so far. Gonna have to see if he can find the opportunities here. Double Shield, of course, a very good comp to get ult charge for when it comes to playing Pharah. But we do have the Sigma here on the defensive side of I'm a Big Bot. He definitely can contest the Pharah very well as Lord Mystic picks up the kill. Rock goes out onto the enemy team's Orisa. 10 seconds left as Athena will let us know. And the Supercharger coming online with the Matrix from the defensive side, looking real rough as 3 kills pile in for the side of SSC and Limerence. Full held here on the side of Volskaya. Great stuff coming out here from the team in the blue. Gonna have to see if they can mirror it on their attacking side.
Switching sides. Initiating match.
Now into this next round, I'm probably expecting to see very similar stuff coming out of both sides here, if I'm going to be completely honest. I definitely hope that SSC are going to stick with what's been working for them, the double shield, the static compositions where they can just take their time and set up fights exactly how they want to be. And on the side of Limerence, I'm not really sure what we'll be seeing, considering they did look so much better on the dive compared to the double shield. And I think this point is definitely one where you can run defensive dive on. You have health packs all over the place that your tanks can get to if they need to. But actually, a bit of a backwards composition here, at least compared to what I was expecting. We see the dive coming out from SSC with the Winston, with the D.Va, and the Genji Sombra. A potent combo for sure. They have the Nano Dragon Blade, or the Nano and the EMP Blade available for the attacking side here, of course. If the EMP Blade isn't needed, they have the EMP D.Va Bomb. Just a lot of combo potential here with Lord Mystic on the Sombra, and on the defensive side, of course, we see the Pharah Ashe. And it seems like we've seen a bit of a role swap here. Choyobin on the Ashe this time around, and I definitely don't disagree with this. Choyobin, despite doing a good job so far on the D.Va, really seems to struggle on the Sigma a little bit more. Now Limerence playing very safe right now, going for early ult charge as much as they can, and I love how Anis constantly keeps his team updated on how much ult charge he has. The hack goes out, and immediately Lord Mystic picks up one of the most important kills he could have got in that fight. He does get a kill onto the Pharah, of course, as I said, does cancel the accretion as well from DJ the Weeb while hacking him, of course. And oh my goodness, SSC, no mercy given on this point as they just walk forward and immediately take it. Oh my god, Nino, a very fast nano boost built up here for the attacking side. Hack goes out into Bob as well, not going to be able to stand and shoot as we see SSC. A very dominant Volskaya point. It's definitely a map that they've practiced a lot, and they seem extremely comfortable on it so far. Dia Nazi going in would play the game, of course. A nano boosted Winston into a bunker. He does so much damage when he's nano boosted, and especially when he's getting cleave onto about 5 different people at once potentially. Man, definitely a big force to be threatened with, or big force to be reckoned with in the Winston there. And for our next map, we're going to be going up into Rialto. We're going to be going to the sunny streets of Rialto in Italy, of course. Now, let's quickly talk about what Limerence could have done differently there on their defensive or on their attacking side. I think they had the right idea early on by taking the high ground across from where SSC was set up. And although, of course, without the Lucio, you're going to be very slow, especially since you're running the double shield. I think taking the time to set up onto the high ground across from them like they did in the very first attack would have absolutely been the right call to go for in that situation. We saw that Term got caught out very early on thanks to it. Great positioning coming out there from from Dyslexia on the Ashe when they went for their attack the first time around. And setting up on the high ground across from the enemy team is never a bad call. It really just ends up being who can break the shield faster, who can make better use of their cooldowns to try and break the shields. And unfortunately for the side of Limerence, they just seem to be wanting to rush in and do everything too quickly without really thinking it all completely through. And I think that's the biggest mistake they made on that map. Now, of course, we did see Limerence make some mistakes, but you can't negate the fact that SSC just had a fantastic defense as well. Despite losing Term early on, they went they played very, very safe and didn't even give up a take, even though it seemed like they might have, as they waited for the perfect opportunity to drop onto the point where they would have the best opportunity to try and win the fight. And it's just such a fantastic thing to see whenever teams are playing so correctly, so perfectly. And, okay, we're going to be subbing in MK Claw for Choyobin here. As I said before, Choyobin did end up swapping roles in that last, in that last defense. I'm not really sure if it was on purpose or if maybe it was just Tilt coming in. But hopefully we'll see Limerence do better on this next map. And let's get right into it, guys.
Welcome to Rialto.
Now, as I said before, we are going to be loading up onto Rialto, a city not far off of what Venice is, really. And we're going to have to see what these guys are going to be able to do. Rialto, I think, is definitely a bit of a double shield map. So, right away, I'd have to say SSC have the advantage. And being up 2-1, definitely a very good position to be in if you are on the fourth map. Now, Limerence, they have to make this map work if they want to stay in the series. They had a very good last two rounds on their very first map, and hopefully they can bring that same kind of energy here to the streets of Rialto. This probably isn't what we're going to be seeing from them on the attack. I don't agree with this comp, if I'm going to be completely honest. On the defensive side, though, very standard composition with the double shield, the Bap Zen for the shield break coming out from the supports, of course, and the Genji Ash, two of the best DPS in the game right now. And it just excuse me, sorry. SSC really seem like they know what they're doing with this composition, what they want to be doing consistently. They're going to be setting up on the corner on the low ground. This is one of those maps where you don't see people set up on the high ground too much. You can set up to the high grounds, of course, to the left and right of the path where the payload moves, but it isn't necessarily the best high ground you're going to be getting. Now, they do come out with this on the attacking side. Limerence, a very strange composition with the double main tank, with the Pharaoh Widow as well. And again, they're running this Reinhardt without the Lucio. I can't really put my finger on why they think this is going to be the best idea. I really think Reinhardt needs Lucio to be a very strong hero. But we see Dyslexia taking the long angle. They realized there was a Widowmaker right away on the defensive side, and they immediately took defensive position in to counter it. Dyslexia waiting for his opportunity here, hasn't really had a great chance to try and get a shot, but right as I say that, of course, Whistler caught out of position as Dyslexia hits a beautiful headshot onto the onto the Zenyatta. A lot of damage being put into Term on the point, but Term in turn, of course, is putting in damage of his own. Buzzword comes out onto Jason. DJ the Weep caught out of position without his Ana. Now Sleep Threat comes out there from the attacking side, and SSC gonna have to do a good job here of holding on. This double main tank composition is definitely a strange one, but it provides damage from a lot of different angles. It makes it so that the enemy team has to be very careful, because if they're not worrying about the Winston diving in the backline, then they're gonna have to end up worrying about the Reinhardt diving in the backline. Or not diving in the backline, pushing the front line, excuse me. Now Anise does get a kill in the backline, has a barrage available, rocked out of it immediately, but not enough as DJ the Weeb with an Ana boost, gotta pick up 2 kills. Anise, of course, kill with the concussion blast, and double hits coming out here for the first time on the side of SSC. They need to find an answer for Anise on the Pharah, and they just haven't found one yet over this entire series.
My ultimate is
Now on the defensive side, we are going to be seeing Dive come out here from the side of SSC with the Winston, with the Diva, with the Brig and the Tracer. And although it may sound weird, Brig probably one of the best supports you can run with a Dive, as she can armor pack her DPS from across the map, make sure they can take duels, and put in so much damage.
my ultimate is to charge.
Now the Infrasight does come out here for the attacking side of Limerence ID 0. I'm not sure if they can find too much purchase with it, but it will give them the angles they need to make sure they can stay alive, play this very safe. Bob comes out right away for the defensive side, and with Bob contesting the payload, they don't have to worry about it themselves. And Dyslexia, great kill onto the enemy team, great headshot there on the Lord Mystic. Of course, he's had his number for so much of this game. They've just been back and forth. Our Shatter finds 2. Can they find the follow-up? It doesn't seem like it's Dianazi picks up a kill on Jason OW. And I think this is where SSC's composition is just straight up better than the composition that we see coming out from Limerence. They have the angles to go in for the dive. They don't really have to force the close quarter composition that the Ryan would want to be at. But of course, MK Claw swapping over to the Roadhog manages to take down Dianazi. Nana Boots comes out onto the Farah of Anise, gets a kill on a Nino. A bit of poetic justice there. Of course, Farah taking out her mother in Anna. And 2 more kills pile in for Limerence. And, well, what seemed like it would have been a very good hold here for the side of SSC. Never mind, not over just yet as Dianazi picks up 2 thanks to the Primal Rage. Dianazi takes out Lord Mystic, Dianazi takes out Anise as he takes out Lord Mystic. And, oh my goodness, just great stall coming out here from the defensive side of SSC. They've been doing such a good job making sure that they play this as safe and as slow as possible. And I'm not really sure if the side of Limerence have the composition right now that is gonna punish this.
Get the payload moving.
Dyslexia looking for Term right now. He knows Term is on the flank somewhere. Very good awareness onto the enemy team's Tracer, but I'm not really sure if he'll be able to finish, or if he'll be able to find the angle to kill her just yet. Now we do see Term get a great kill onto Jason with the pulse bomb, of course. An early kill in a fight like that is basically a one fight in itself. You can't really go in without your Ana, especially not with this composition. And it seems like although Anise, of course, is very good at this Farah, not really sure if running the Farah is a play here. You're committing a Mercy to the Farah, and that means your Mercy can't play a better hero like the Lucio, like the Brigitte. Now Dyslexia does get a kill in the tournament. Beautiful sleep dart onto Anise again. Diana, of course, going to be able to take her out on her own. Infrasight comes out as Lord Mystic, not able to dodge the Widowmaker headshot this time around. Dyslexia is still looking for Term on the Tracer. Can he find the follow-up? I'm not sure just yet. As we see Limerence pushing forward to the 3-man Earth Shatter there onto so many squishies. DJ that we finally finding the punish he needs with the Reinhardt. The pin comes out on the Nanner Winston. Dragon Blade there return though as I'm a Big Bob picks up Dyslexia. Lord Mystic, no way they're gonna defend this again. Anise committing the Rocket Barrage. He doesn't want to lose this one just yet as the Primal Rage comes out from Dianazi. He's been doing such a great job on the Winston so far, but can he find this kill? DJ the Weeb is so low in the corner, he can't pin out either. He just committed as well. Term hooked by MK Claw. Roadhog, of course, a great here to counter these flanking DPS. And what looked like it was an easily won fight for the side of Limerence gets completely turned around by SSC. Raspberry comes out there onto Anise, but no heals in time for Dyslexia. Will get staggered out by Lord Mystic. And this is what looked like it would have been absolutely a cap there. Is looking like dire straits right now for the side of Limerence. Now Term does miss the pulse bomb there onto the Mercy, and unfortunately not able to get the sticky there. Would have been a beautiful kill to have early on. And with 20 seconds left, every ultimate's going to be coming online, or not coming online, but coming out in this fight. Nano boost into the Diva, very early Nano from Nino, making sure that he won't die with the Nano in his pocket. Whistler does get the kill on the Dyslexia, and no purchase out of this Nano just yet, as plenty of kills coming online. I have a big bot. Excuse me, finish off Hilipto, but with the Earthshatter and the whole hog, I'm not sure it'll be enough here. But I've said that plenty of times on this map, on this point before, that SSC have brought it back. We'll have to see if they can do it this time around, as I don't think they can. MK Claw walking forward with the Roadhog, almost lands a one-shot on the Term. But unfortunately, not enough damage. but they will end up capping the point, and Limerence just barely making it on a third point here. Definitely something that they have to be very careful about. Third point is so difficult to take, especially if you don't have the best composition in the world. And, well, as I've been ragging on about, this Roadhog Reinhardt comp isn't the best. I do like MK Claw's positioning, though, going for the flanking hook. Roadhog, you want to play as a flanking tank, and that's why he's not really the best pair for Reinhardt. Nice shield blocks the hook there as well, but Lord Mystic not going to be alive for too much longer, as Dyslexia and Anise will pick up kills in the back. Now the hook comes out from MK Claw, not going to be able to find anything just yet. And, well, this is the opportunity they were looking for on the side of Limerence. A lot of damage coming online here as the Valkyrie comes up for Helipto. Term taken down early on, not a good look here, but two people traded back, and with 25 seconds left, these picks could be final. DJ the Weeb manages to pin out 20 health of Whistler. Nice kill from the Lucio, sniping out the Pharah, and MK Claw has to swap over to the Wrecking Ball now to make sure that his team gets a touch. Term on the soldier that he is so comfortable on yet again. Actually going over to the Sombra here, and I like the Sombra in response to the Wrecking Ball. MK Claw gonna have to do what he can to touch, so the pin comes out there. Can't even touch it, doesn't even look like it. Oh man, they just barely touching the sound barrier. Almost denied, not denied though. Has great awareness there from Whistler to make sure he does it from a very safe angle. Now that's a four-man Flux, and there goes a fall. I'm a big ball looking for the follow-up for his own Fluxes as he puts in so much damage. 3 kills. Can he make it 4? Looking for it right here as Dyslexia doing what he can to keep it alive. Picks up 2 in the back. Term not out of it just yet though, and Dyslexia alone on the point against 3 other people. I'm not sure he'll be able to finish them off as SSC just barely end up losing the second point, but they do make sure to show how strong they are in the third one. And Limerence, not the best look so far in this series.
Initiating match.
Excuse me again. I had to take another drink of water. This match has just been absolutely back and forth so many times where I'm saying I don't think a team's going to win a fight, and then somehow they just pull it out of nowhere. They take that fight and they make it their own. They just want to make sure that they can put in as much pressure as possible in so many different situations. And so far, both these teams have been doing such a good job of spreading out the pressure around the map as much as possible. And for those of you that are just joining us, the standings right now are 2-1 to Super Spherical Cows. If they take this map, they will take the series, and if they lose this map, we will be going over to map 5. It's really in Limerence's hands right now. If they can hold this map, they don't have to. They have to hold before the enemy team caps the third point. They didn't manage to cap it all on their own, so they have to make sure that they hold before that 81.8 meters you see in the top right. Now Dyslexia on the Widowmaker, gonna be looking for a pick in the enemy team spawn. Definitely excited to see if he can find it here. Term pokes out his head. Oh, just barely a miss from Dyslexia, not able to find the angle. Term though looking for the spam on the Dyslexia, not letting him peek that angle safely as he has to back out, and right away we see the double shield here for the attacking side. They're going to be putting in so much work into this Ryan Sigma composition. We saw that this Ryan Sigma didn't really have the shield sustain to hold on against the double shield earlier on, and it seems like we're going to be seeing that yet again here. A lot of damage being put in at this corner, and of course this corner is where you want to be defending as the defending side, if you can, of course, and so much damage being put in right now by either side here, but the shield break is superior on the attacking side, in my opinion. Now we're gonna have to look to Dyslexia here. He has to be difference maker in this series, but he's taking such a long angle. I'm not really sure he'll be able to find opportunities for picks. He does spot out Term thanks to the Venom Mine, however, and will be looking for the kill onto him. Now a minute gone on the time bank, immortality or application matrix rather online here for the talking side, or for the defending side rather. Ult's gonna be coming online for both sides. Oh, their flanking shatter gets halted up in the air and stopped, or booped, I believe it was. And Lord Mystic finally finds the opening, taking down 2. Dianazer, of course, with the follow up onto Helipto. Anise picking up one on a Nino, but I'm not sure if it's enough. They have to get more kills than just one, and especially with Anise falling late in that fight. He does have the Dragon Blade available, but I'm not even sure they're going to be able to get to use it here. This stall is going to have to come at a very costly price. They have to commit so many ults here on the defending side. Gravitic flux from both sides, but a much bigger flux on the attacking side. Immortality Field is out, of course, and they are trying their best to hold on to a nice halt into the Dragon Strike as well. So much energy put into Lord Mystic, picks up one with the bot. Dyslexia on the flank angle picks up one as well, but Lord Mystic not going to be outdone as he picks up a second in the fight. Anise not an opportunity here so far with this Genji as Whistler takes down Dyslexia, the biggest threat right now on the defending side, out of the fight, and just like that, we see a 4-minute cap on the second point. And we're going to have to see if the side of Limerence can hold on for a long time, just like we saw SSC do.
My blade is ready to be unleashed.
Now Anise with the blade ready to be unleashed, as he said. I'm definitely curious to see if he can find a purchase with it. He doesn't have any kind of damage boost. He doesn't have any kind of follow-up, any group-up potential either for the enemy team. This is going to be a completely naked blade with Halipto doing his best to pocket him with the Ashe, of course. Now Limerence taking a very aggressive hold here. They want to go for the blade around the corner, but Term has swapped over to the Echo, uses the focusing beam to focus down DJ Weeb, and once DJ Weeb is down, they have no way to help Anise, and he gets burned down in the back line. And this is where having the Orisa is so much better than having the Reinhardt. Even if you don't have any damage boost for the blade, you have the Hulk with it at least. Lord Mystic takes down Dyslexia late in that fight, and this is looking like a potentially really big time bake. Big flux. Oh my goodness, the Rock though taking him out of the fight. MK Claw not giving up just yet as the supercharger comes out here. A lot of damage eaten up by the kinetic grasp, and the shatter finds nothing. Oh, it does find Dianazi, but the sound barrier is there for the follow-up. Nice job coming out from Whistler. He's been such a good support player so far. And Matrix comes out as well as a Veridic Flux, but too little too late. His turn picks up 2. With the help of his team, they will finish off this fight. Just MK Claw left alive on the point, and oh my goodness, what a crazy fight with so many ults committed. But of course, Limerence on the back foot right now. Almost 4-minute time make coming into third point. They have to do their best to hold on, and they don't have the ultimates to do it. They committed so many ults into that second point fight. And we see plenty of ults coming online soon enough here for the side of SSC. They have the copy available. They have the Bob available soon enough, and the Animatrix will be online as soon as well. Now we're approaching a very difficult angle to hold here on the defensive side. Playing this corner is great for the defensive or the attacking side because they have the corner of the angle. The copy goes out onto the brig. A lot of healing, a lot of stun potential here, and oh man, nothing worse than copying than going for your Dragon Blade and seeing 3 supports. Now Bob comes out as well as the rally from the copied Brigida. Term doing a fantastic job making sure to keep his team up, and it's looking like it's lights out for the side of Limerence. And this fight's such a strong second and third round on the first map. SSC just absolutely dominant so far on the last 3 maps. Play the game will go over to Big Bot, of course, and oh my goodness, he's been such a standout player. I don't know if I could pick one player that did better than anyone else on the side of SSC. They all played such a big part in the series. Of course, we did see Limerence have some fantastic plays as well, and Nice, of course, cannot be understated for how good his fare was, but unfortunately just not enough for his team to take the victory. SSC taking the series 3-1 here, I believe. Just a fantastic showing so far. I'm really impressed with what we saw coming out from them. And Limerence just not really. I think it really came down to a lot of their hero decisions. I'm not really sure running the Reinhardt without the Lucio is the best call. Ryan just struggles so much if he can't in a position where he wants to, whereas an Orisa has all the time in the world to sit still in the back, spam out the enemy team, just drop shields over and over again. But either way, GG's to both sides as they both played very well. And I think with that, we're going to be ending our broadcast here for today. It seems like the teams are clearing out. I've been Angels, helped out by G3 on the CC streamer account, of course. Thank you so much for helping me stream to Classic Contenders. And I'll see you guys later on.